Well, thank you, Prime Minister. Can I begin by reiterating a few of those points? Firstly, to thank the Commonwealth Government, but also the New South Wales agencies across the board in relation to the coordination that is taking place during this difficult time. It's certainly been a difficult couple of years, particularly with floods and the coordination through SEOC here in Homebush, the standing up, the coordination of all government agencies working together, but not just at a state level with the Commonwealth Government. And the announcement today of those relief payments is very important for those families, particularly who have been impacted. I want to thank the volunteers. We have, I believe, the best volunteers anywhere in the world. And we're blessed in our country to have such a strong spirit of service where people go out of their way, put their lives on the line to help our fellow Australians. And that's what we've seen in force once again during this flood event. So I want to thank all our volunteers, whether it's the SES, RFS, Marine Rescue, Surf Lifesaving, right across the board, right through the night. People are working on the ground to keep people safe. And it's something very special about our state, very special about our country. And I think we should be very proud of the work that is been happening on the ground here right across our state. I also want to thank the people in New South Wales for following those evacuation orders. As I've said, those evacuation orders are not in place for the sake of it. Those evacuation orders are there to keep you and your family safe. Currently, we have 108 evacuation orders in place. We have 56 evacuation warnings. Now, that's affecting around 85,000 people across New South Wales. That's up from 50,000 yesterday. So once again, if there's an evacuation warning in place in your area, please get ready to evacuate. If the evacuation order is in place, please leave. Please don't drive through floodwaters. Time and again, we still see people driving through those floodwaters. Please don't do that. It's incredibly dangerous. The perspective that you have is very different to the reality. And the other point we always raise each day in these press conferences, simply because you've had a flood event in the past, it can be very different to the one that we're facing today. So please don't have your past experience inform your current behaviour. If those evacuation orders are in place, please follow them. We have 11 evacuation centres open across the state of New South Wales at the moment. And I want to thank those people who are servicing those centres and providing the care, love and support for those people who need it. For many of the areas, particularly that we're seeing in the Hawkesbury-Nepean, also in Southwest, but obviously particularly in the Hawkesbury-Nepean area, there's been flood event after flood event. Many people are tired. There's a lot of anguish and despair. But our commitment from a state level and being here with the Commonwealth Government today is that we'll be with you every step of the way. We know there's been challenges. We know it's been an incredibly tough 2 years, but we will get through this just like we've got through every one of these natural disasters in the past. And whether that's through the financial support, obviously the Commonwealth Government has announced today, and that we'll continue to work through those local government areas that have been affected, that financial support and assistance will be there every step of the way to help you get through. From an operational perspective right now, we are completely focused at a state and Commonwealth level to keep people safe, to give them the care and support that you need right now. I note today that we've had around 1,000 requests for assistance since 8 o'clock yesterday and 6,000 requests for assistance over the course of this flood event. And we've had 21 flood rescues overnight. And once again, I just make that point that we have our wonderful volunteers, our SES, our RFS who are out there conducting those rescues. Please follow those instructions because what we don't want to see is our volunteers putting their life on the line in circumstances where people are not following those orders. And if you think, oh, well, it's okay in the circumstance that I'm in, please do not. Those orders are in place to keep you safe, and please follow those instructions. I want to thank the ADF, as the Prime Minister has done. We've had 100 on the ground in northwest Sydney. There'll be 150 more today, and I think that great coordination between the Commonwealth and state government levels ensures that our communities are safe during this period of time. Jane from the BOM will provide further information in relation to the weather events that we expect, but obviously we're expecting more rain, particularly in the north coast and around the Singleton area. There is significant risk of flash flooding in those areas. As I've said, this event is far from over. Please don't have that past experience inform your current behaviour. Please respect the advice from all our wonderful volunteers and personnel who are on the ground keeping people safe. And as I've said, we've got through these events in the past, and together we'll get through this one as well.